Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unholy Trio podcast. We'd probably call it the Sleep Deprived podcast, but that's taken by, like, some big names, so we can't do that. I mean,
we could, but we'd probably get taken down.
Yeah.
We can. Nothing's stopping us.
It's a free country.
But then illegal.
Anyway.
Welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the podcast where we have a topic we don't stay on topic. And the first topic is just good and bad video games, right? That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm too lazy to do another take, so we're going with it.
Yeah. And also too lazy to cut it out.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start off with a simple question. What do you think is the worst video game you've ever played?
I've ever played.
Okay. I've ever played?
And no, cheap mobile games don't count.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know then.
Alright, we've already gone off topic. Naceboy's dying. That is very much not on topic.
I'm trying to think. I think the worst video game I've ever played. I think I think Rolling Sky 2 is definitely up there. And I've sort of
don't even know what that is, so.
You've never heard of Rolling Sky?
No.
Okay, well, essentially, Rolling Sky is like a mobile game. That's like.
They just said mobile games don't count.
No,
Also,
let
yes,
me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, I have seen this.
Rolling Sky?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it.
Yes. But Rolling Sky 2 is not a mobile game because Cheetah got banned from the Google Play Store because of ad fraud. Cheetah is like the developers of Rolling Sky. So, they put Rolling Sky 2 on PC and Switch. You probably see where this is going. Rolling Sky is a mobile game entirely based off of touchscreen.
Yeah.
And because of this, there's like the controller controls are so bad on Rolling Sky 2. It's really dumb. Like,
yeah, I mean that would make sense.
And also, like,
for something that was never designed for console.
Yeah, exactly. And also, to make matters worse, the first game. Hold on a second. I have my phone right here. I can check out how many levels the first game has because it's still in the App Store. But like, it's still in the App Store, and which is kind of confusing, but whatever. See.
Yeah.
I don't know how many levels there are. Okay, so
and I always thought Google was a bit less strict, but
yeah. Okay, so 8, 20, 30, 41, 65. There's 70 levels in the first game, but in the second game there is all of 12. All of which are pretty short. They have multiple difficulties, but it's still incredibly easy. This game, the first one, is brutal. Like, once you get out of the second section of levels, you are suffering. It is very difficult. Because like each level, like each set of levels is grouped into star rankings from 1 to 6. And like the ones you get out of 2-star, it is like the first 3-star level is so stupid. And it was the first time that I actually used like one of like an actual continue on Rolling Sky. It was really annoying. And like Rolling Sky 2 takes everything that Rolling Sky had. Like, so essentially Rolling Sky was like subtly a music game. Like, it was like kind of a rhythm game, but also not really.
It was a rhythm game, but it was offbeat.
Kinda. It's like, it goes offbeat pretty frequently, but the music is like really good. And there's like a ton of different kinds of music there. There's like, none of it has lyrics, but it's still like pretty good music. And like, it has some, like, it's like in my top 5 favorite video game soundtracks. But like the second one essentially strips all of that originality away, and it's literally just all orchestrated stuff. And I mean, like, orchestrated stuff can be good, and it's still good, but like, it feels like it's soulless, you know?
Yeah.
And plus, it was $5. Rolling Sky 2 is like, I think it's actually like $12 on the Switch, but I got it for $5 because it's on sale. And the first one is free.
So you get less content, bad, just worse overall, and it slims your wallet.
Yes! I mean, like, the first game
Genius.
is, like, riddled with terrible ads. With, like, really long ads, and it's really annoying. But
Yeah.
but to
You
get
said
rid of
it's-
them, and it also has, like, limited, like, balls. Because, like, it's rolling, so it's like a ball.
I also have limited
You have
balls.
limited balls?
Oh, boy. But, like,
Anyway,
but you have, like, limited balls. Like, and you get, like, I think 5 or 10 if you beat a level.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you get 10 if you beat a level.
what happens if you run out?
If you run out, you have to wait a half an hour before them to recharge.
Oh, it'd be funny if the game just deleted itself. You have to pay another $5 to play again.
Well, this is the first game, not the second
After you get banned on that Switch, you have to buy another Switch.
game. No, this is the first game, not the second game. Like you
have
run
to
out,
buy a new phone.
but you can like watch an ad to refill it back to 10 because you start with 10.
Yeah, good old fraud.
Yeah, but just to get infinite balls and infinite continues and no ads in the first game is $5. But the second game is $12 for way less originality, significantly worse controls, mediocre music, and like there's no point in it, and I'm disappointed in it.
Yeah, well, you were talking about balls, so yeah, correct. No point.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
It's fear.
Anyway, Remorse, what do you think is the worst video game you've ever played?
I don't really have one. There's a reason I've stayed clear of bad games.
Fair
They're
enough.
bad.
Then just talk about a bad game then. It's about Fallout 76 like you did the first time. Like you did that
Oh,
time
yeah.
that you and I
Okay.
were like ranting about society for 2
Yeah.
hours.
Okay. Okay. So
Here he goes again.
let me think.
I didn't hear him the first time, so
basically,
I wasn't here the
this,
first time.
so the problem, the game literally has like, I don't know, so many bugs that it's basically unplayable. Oh god, so
Cyberpunk.
basically in like all the festivals, there's like little like secret container that's like hidden away and stuff with all the like best gear and stuff, you know. So yeah, with all the best gear and stuff. But in this game, they literally didn't even bother to hide it. So it's just right in the open. So you can imagine how good that went. So yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, it was glitchy mess. There were like a bunch of fetch quests, so that was fun.
It's like go get thing.
Yeah, there were
That is what a fetch quest is.
There was,
Wow.
So
Yeah.
uh,
I think at Fallout.
that's kind of what it probably is.
Bowie, how about you? What is your worst game ever?
We'll
We'll get to Cyberpunk in a minute.
I honestly don't know.
Fallout 76.
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah.
We'll get to Cyberpunk in a minute. I'm sure we can make plenty. We can talk about Cyberpunk for hours on end.
I didn't play Cyberpunk, well, obviously, but
Well, yeah, me either. Who would?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk did have a lot of potential, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cyberpunk.
But it's just a bit too ambitious. Like, come back in like a couple years when like computers can actually, like run that,
The thing is,
and it'll be good.
Yeah, I think the thing with Cyberpunk is they didn't really seriously start development until like I think 2019.
It's kind of like when you're like doing like a school project and you're like, oh, I got like a week to finish this. I can just do it tomorrow, and then you got 3 hours to write in like 100-page essay.
Exactly. That's essentially what they did. They put all of I'm pretty sure a bunch of members of CD Projekt Red, which is the company that made Cyberpunk, I'm pretty sure a bunch of them like quit their jobs because they were tired of getting pushed back on Cyberpunk. I don't know if I'm like because of the football game.
They overpromised. They overpromised and talked about all this stuff that was way too ambitious. It kind of
It's like on the Caves and Cliffs update. They said it would all be in one update by summer. No, they pushed it back to like a whole new update. Then they had to push some of that back.
The fourth member.
Then they
Yeah,
had
I
to
don't know what
completely
happened.
delete
Morris,
some
can you go
of
to your room or something?
Yeah. Where you go? I'm gonna go to my room.
Yeah.
I mean, with Caves and Cliffs, they had like 1 year, but with Cyberpunk, they had like 7.
Yeah. Like, I think Caves and Cliffs. Like, I
And
think.
also, Caves and Cliffs. At least Caves and Cliffs, when it did come out, it delivered.
Yeah, like, I think.
Cyberpunk, on the other hand,
Was
delivered
just.
something.
Like,
things in case that they said they would put in case of
Okay.
clips. Literally, were completely scratched.
Okay, we got it.
The first update was still good.
I mean, yeah, it's so great.
We
I mean, axolotls are like the best thing ever.
okay, John.
Morris versus his
Noted.
brother. Anyway, so I think.
Like,
I'm the
I think that, like, with Caves and Cliffs, it was acceptable that they, like, stopped.
Yeah.
Like, that they released it early.
I mean, Minecraft is also working on like a million things,
Yeah.
like fixing like the million different bedrock bugs and marketplace stuff, and
ow,
Mhm.
ow.
keeping the company afloat.
Yes. But, like, I think that, like, they also didn't announce it 7
go
years
upstairs?
prior or something like that.
Yeah, they didn't like say,
Hi.
oh yeah, 1.18's coming out when 1.4 just came out.
Okay, I'm going upstairs.
You
You're
know
gonna stay down here.
Okay.
Stay down here, Mom. Why? Oh, now it's so tight.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
love.
listen. I can't get ready.
Anyway,
I try to go upstairs. He follows me. Then I come back and he follows me.
Oh god.
He's literally leading you.
I'm a little worm.
Then ask him to.
He doesn't listen to me.
Yeah, why would I listen to you? You're ugly. That's a joke, by the way.
got him. Destroyed.
Wow. Anyway, but like I think like Mojang had good reason to push it back. Like they didn't announce it 7 years prior and say, okay, wait, actually, it's not ready.
Yeah.
Like the CD Projekt had plenty of time to work on Cyberpunk. They just kind of chose not to. You know?
Yeah.
I just realized you can like see the pole that's holding up my green screen. Like,
Through the green screen.
through the green screen.
Nice.
That's probably because there's a light right here. Like there's like a light right above my head.
Anyways, yeah, back to like my worst game. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't.
That's my thing. I don't go if I know the game's bad. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get it.
The thing is, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot, and like I will buy games if I think they're interesting. Like, I only bought Rolling Sky 2 because I just like I got it like a couple days, like a few days after Christmas, I think, like a week or two, and I'm like, yeah, this looks fun. It wasn't, or at least it kind of was. Like for like the very short time, I beat it in a day, but
So it wasn't even that hard.
no, actually, it wasn't, and I'm pretty sure I beat it in like an evening.
Yeah, I mean, when you say worst video game, does variation of video game count? Like a certain version?
What do you mean?
Like the PlayStation version over the Xbox version or something like that?
I mean, if it was bad, it's bad.
All right, and does your experience count? This is the only thing I can think of.
What?
Because this doesn't really count. Because it's a good game, but pretty much I bought Hyperdash. It's a VR game. I bought Hyperdash on the Oculus store because, well, it was discounted. And I thought, oh yeah, that looks cool. I'll buy it. And the Oculus version didn't recognize my headset. So I had to buy the Steam VR version.
Huh.
Yes.
And it's a good game, but I just found that funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really know, honestly.
I think I'm just like not conscious in myself enough to play like to avoid bad games. Like if I see a game that looks kind of cool.
Like if we're talking about good games, I'd have way more to say. But
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's like that's where we're going next. Good games.
Switch over to good game.
Yeah.
The worst and best games. That's the title.
Yeah. What's Remores, you seem like you have a lot. What good games have you played?
Undertale,
Yeah,
Breath of
Undertale's
the
hard.
Wild, Breath of the Wild,
Next.
Fallout,
Just Fallout.
which is
The original.
Talk us through like what you think is like one of the
Witcher
best.
3, Uncharted, BioShock, Resident Evil. I saw.
You have a lot to say, evidently. Like, so what? Talk us through your opinion on like one of them.
Yeah, what's your favorite Fallout game or something like that?
Or just like
This one.
which one? New Vegas?
This one, that is not descriptive.
At all, because like it's a podcast.
Ah,
No one
yes,
can see what
this
you're
one.
doing.
Yeah.
This
You
one.
want- I take
This
it.
one.
New Vegas is what I meant by this one.
Well, can you like
This one.
explain a little bit of New Vegas?
Okay. So
Explain to the masses.
you're basically just a mailman, and you get shot, and then you get your mail back, and then you kill.
Sounds
the
like an
person who
average
stole your
evening.
Mail, and then you like in a war, and you like choose a faction, and then you kill other things, and then you win.
Yeah, I don't know why you find that. I don't know why you find that interesting. That's just an average Tuesday with the boys. Just delivering mail and then war.
War.
Okay. Boogie, how about you?
Favorite video game? That's not a question. Halo 3 ODST.
Walk us through
Easy.
Halo 3 ODST then.
What?
I have no idea what you're talking about and like what Halo 3 ODST means. What does it mean? Please enlighten me.
So, I mean, it is at the end of the day a spin-off, which
That sounds
Kinda
to
sad.
be good.
yeah, it was pretty much like at its core it's simple, but it's good.
Like what? Like
Pretty much your this happens in between Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Even
The only
though it
Halo
released
game I
after
played
it.
is Infinite, so.
I mean, you didn't really have an interest before until I made you have an interest.
You just like download it. You just like you like pull up a gun when you're over at his house. Just like download Halo on your Xbox.
Comes over with a copy of ODST, play it, puts it in his Xbox, and just makes him play it. Anyways, pretty much like your ODST, which is like they're not like basic Marines, but they're also not Spartans. They're like kind of like that middle ground, like
So like
not average Joe, but not
like
basic,
slightly
but also
souped
not
up.
Chad. Yeah.
So it's
Pretty
kind of
much.
like if you took Captain America and you like stopped the procedure halfway through.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. So,
Yeah, so pretty much you're go.
no, you talk. Keep explaining this. I'm actually interested.
Alright, cool. Spoilers to Halo 3 ODST ahead, even though it's an old game. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, pretty much you're supposed to drop onto like a Covenant ship, but it like you know how in Star Wars you can like, warp. I mean, a lot of things you can warp. But yeah, so they do that, slip space, and that pretty much that's a big screw with the everything. So the carrier jumps away,
Mm-hmm.
and like all the pods go willy-nilly and just crash everywhere.
So
And
essentially,
did I even talk about we are in pods? You drop in pods.
okay. So
ODST
essentially, you're like,
stands
is
for
it like kind of like
Orbital
you're,
Drop
is it kind of
Trooper.
like you're stranded on some? Is it kind of like you're stranded somewhere?
A little bit, yeah. Pretty much, you're at New Mombasa, which is because the Covenant found Earth. I hope you know what the Covenant is.
I think so. I don't know. I never
Yeah,
played
it's the aliens, pretty
Okay.
much.
ostriches.
And they found New Mombasa, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of screwy woo. So you play as the Rookie, or well, your main character you're playing as is the Rookie. That's just his name, I guess.
Oh wait, so it takes place in Nanambusa?
Sure.
Nanambusa. Okay.
New Mombasa. Yeah. You know how
Nanambusa?
we played Halo Infinite. Remember the streets map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a section of Mombasa. 'Cause
Okay.
there's the words Mombasa in it. So, but yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure it's in Africa. Yeah,
That's cool.
that does not relate to the story at all. I mean, one of the levels you are in a zoo, so that's cool.
Do
You know,
get to
It doesn't
ride
pertain to
animals?
anything. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah,
Do get
you
to
crash
ride
land,
animals?
and like when you first go, you're the rookie 6 hours after the drop, so it's all dark and it's very rainy, which definitely
Yeah.
adds to the atmosphere and probably one of my main reasons why I like it. Atmosphere,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
On the outer side of the earth.
Atmos.
What's it? Atmosphere. And yeah, you pretty much gotta find out what happened.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the first thing, and then there's the superintendent, which at the end of the day is a green sphere, but it's a cool green sphere.
A cool green sphere.
And there's also like there's audio terminals like scattered throughout.
Yeah.
And it probably has more lore than some games. And they're just it's a side piece of a side game and it has more lore than some games.
Wow. I don't
Wow.
like
Forgot
that
most
as
of it,
wow.
but side piece of a side game. But yeah, like the first thing you find is a helmet from like your top person, the upper, because you're like a
Just
squad.
superior. Just like superior
Yeah,
officer.
superior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain Veronica Dare, also known as so there's the rookie, there's Dutch,
The
Buck,
bean. What
Romeo,
about the bean? Is the
not
bean
quite,
character?
and then Dare. Romeo, when Veronica walks
What
in,
about the bean?
like which is like the higher up, Romeo just immediately starts going, "Hey, beautiful."
Why?
Just starts hitting on her just immediately.
I don't think that's, I think the term you're looking for is flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like later, the other guy's like, I was like, what kind of armor was she wearing? Wasn't looking at her gear, Mickey. Being off.
Just being like an average, like horny teen, like just like an average horny guy.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, yeah, you find the helmet of that person, so you immediately think like at the start of the game, oh yeah, they did. And pretty much you get like a flashback kind of sequence. That's kind of the main structure of the game. You're the rookie, and then you find something. It's a flashback, and that piles up into a story.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. And yeah, so you find the helmet, and then you switch over to Buck, which was kind of like you're higher up before. So he's one of the more main guys. And it's like immediately after the drop, and Veronica's like, "Hey, help!" 'Cause landed. Funny part is, Buck landed upside down. I find that his pod landed upside down. He just falls out of the pod when he tries to open it. So yeah, it goes over to where Veronica's pod were. Nothing.
Okay.
And there's like this thing, and it like blows up. Well, it's about to. But then Romeo, the guy that was being weird, like snipes it because he had a sniper.
Okay.
So and Buck tries to ask Romeo some things, like it's like, "Hey, what was that? You ever seen one?" Hey, he's not saying anything but as soon as Buck is like, "Okay, I get it. Permission to speak, smartass," then he starts speaking because he was like the higher person.
Okay.
So yeah, and then because like with the superintendent's cameras, you can see when like the thing blew up, because it eventually did blow up.
Okay.
The helmet went flying, and that's where you found it. And it's kind of the structure of this for the whole game. Actually, I haven't replayed the game in a while.
Okay, cool.
So memories, but yeah,
Seems fun. You lost me at the.
fair point.
But like, I think I got the gist, and I'm not gonna bother responding because I don't know if I got the gist or not. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about my.
I'm not great at explaining things.
I would say
My favorite part is the atmosphere and music.
Okay.
And
I
the
would
story
like
in the
my.
game.
I'm not gonna talk about like my all-time favorite game because it's Splatoon 2, and I've kind of talked about that enough.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
like, I am going to go into depths about another game that I like a lot, and I actually just started playing it. It's more of a franchise. Y'all ever heard of Yokai Watch?
I've heard of it.
When I was a kid.
I've heard of it. I still have. I don't know.
It's just Pokemon, but different monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, it did look like Pokemon.
Let me explain this. Okay, so essentially, it's structured in a way that the show sucks, the movie is mediocre, and the games are really freaking good.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I remember the show being terrible.
It's
wasn't
weird
like
because it
the-
wasn't
I
like
don't
terrible
remember
and
it.
like bad writing or anything like that. It's terrible because it was just so annoying. It didn't make any sense half the time.
Yeah, I'm like, was it the red cat's name like Chibanyan?
Jibanyan, yes, Jibanyan's a character.
It was a show. I
Yeah,
thought it was just games.
it was a show.
I thought it was just games and toys. I saw toys.
Yeah. It's funny because like it's a series that like doesn't get any respect in the U.S. Like seriously, the I'm pretty sure the fourth game was like I think came out in 2017. It's still not in the U.S.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was like the fourth game was like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Probably because people just saw it as like a Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like that. But I'll be completely honest. Remorse, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but I actually like it better than Pokemon.
I will literally destroy. I will nuke you.
What the?
nice.
Look, let me explain. So you know how
Uh-huh.
Pokemon combat works, right?
Yes.
And how it's like, okay, each person chooses a thing.
Animals
Whoever has
fighting each other.
yeah, pretty much. But it's okay. It's similar in the way that like you gather a team of weird monsters that fight for you, and you can have up to 6, which is
The
also
only difference I know is that instead of balls, it's a watch. I think.
Well, also you don't enslave
Which made
them.
me lose interest because I'm a ball kind of guy.
I like them better if they have balls. So.
Shut up. Anyway, so well for starters, it has nothing to do with enslavement.
Ah, dang it.
Because like that's how Pokemon is. You throw balls at your Pokemon at the Pokemon you want, and then they're forced to become they're forced to serve
Yeah.
you.
We should
and
probably,
Yokai-
for anybody somehow out of the loop, Pokeballs, not your balls. They're red and white. That
Just
made it
like
worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, as I was saying,
If you have red and white balls, then you need to get some help. Like you need some help.
what are we talking? Okay. Anyway, so essentially, like you actually like befriend them is what it's called. As in, you throw food at them, hope they like it, and then they will become friends with you after the battle if they like you enough. It's a pretty.
So instead of slave labor, it's just not being a bad person.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer
I've
slave
lost
labor,
interest.
though.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. I don't think we're technically supposed to say that on YouTube, or maybe that's Twitch. I'm not sure.
Yeah, just
I
ignore
think
that.
it's Twitch, but
That was a joke.
Yeah, Twitch is a bit more strict.
yeah,
But also YouTube at the same time is also really strict.
I don't know, man. We're putting this on Spotify anyway,
Yeah, that too.
and the Unholy Chapter
And
channel.
YouTube.
But anyway, so like I think that like it's very underrated because I think like where Morris said, I think a lot of people just see it as a Pokemon ripoff.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
And then
That's
again,
how I see it
I
right
saw
now.
it for like 3 seconds, and I'm like, okay.
Like,
That's how I.
but like
see it
in
right
Japan, like it's actually pretty big. Like it actually is a pretty big deal. Like I said, I think the first game got a remake on the Switch, and then they got a fourth game. But like, it doesn't sell well in the U.S. But you know how Scott the Woz made that entire like rant about Chibi Robo Ziplash and like how Chibi Robo didn't sell well
Oh,
because
yeah.
Nintendo didn't do anything about it.
Yeah. How does a company do so well because on GB Robo?
Exactly.
Continue.
It's a similar situation to that. Like, it doesn't release outside of Japan ever. Like, I had, like, Yokai Watch 3. This is, and I'm gonna get...
Did Yokai Watch only sell in Walmart, though?
No. But,
Okay.
see, the thing is, Yokai Watch 3, which is the game that I think is the best in the series. I mean, I haven't finished it yet. Like, I just got it a couple days ago, and it's really good. But, like, it's one of, like, it's probably the best RPG I've ever played. And I'm not exaggerating on that. Like, I genuinely, like, I'm not a huge fan of RPGs, but, like, I do like them. Like, I like the Pokemon games, and I like Final Fantasy. But, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it has the most, like, it has probably the most original fighting system I've ever seen.
Mm.
So, like, the first game, it's, like, so, like, all, like, because, like, it's like Pokemon, where, like, you have, like, 6 of them, like, on your team. Except, unlike Pokemon, well, for starters, they attack automatically. And they also, but, like, they have, like, a special attack, kind of. But,
Yeah.
like, what you do during that is, like, what you do during this time is you, like, you can, like, starters use their big special attacks, but, like, essentially, all 6 of them are on, like, a wheel. Like a circle.
A wheel.
A wheel.
A wheel.
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 Like, all of them are, like, all 6 of them are on a wheel, and
Stay
3
safe. This is wheel.
and three of them are out 3 of them are, like, in battle as a time, and you spin the wheel to change who's out and who's in by, like on the circle. So, but, like, once your order is, like, set, so, like, you have, like, because, like, here, hold on a second, can I, like, draw a circle or something?
I know it's kind of off topic, but that's kind of the whole shtick of this so far. There's no real shtick yet. We don't know if we'll ever go off topic because this is the first episode. But I've got full netherite tools.
Okay.
And almost armor. I almost have god armor. and
Wow.
Tools. I've
Random
been playing a lot.
boy talks about blockheads one day, but rants about Yokai Watch.
Yeah. You know what? Screw this. I'm not gonna play more block. I'm playing Halo 3 ODST. I was talking about it, and that just made me want to play it.
Fair enough. Also, but, like, I think that so, like, it's I can English, I promise. But, like, so essentially you have, like, 3 of, like, the people of your team members out at once, and you spin the wheel. So, like, for example, like, there's, like, 1 in the middle, 1 on the left, and 1 on the, like, 1 on the left, and you get what I mean. 3 in the middle, 1 in the middle, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And that's, like, the front half of the circle, and then on the back half of the same thing. But you can, like, twist it, so, like, for example, the one in the center will move to the left or the right, and then a new one will appear, another one will leave. And so it's kind of like you gotta, like, sub them out occasionally, and, like, it's really cool. And it's well done. And I think it's, like I said, the only actually original combat system that has ever appeared in RPG, because it's always either turn-based, or you walk around shooting support beams at... It's either turn-based, hack and slash, or throw beams of help at whatever is fighting for you while they fight, and just kind of walk around and try not to die.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is the only time, like, I've ever, like, I never really see, the only other, like, RPG that I've seen someone, like, do something this original is Undertale. Well, like, Undertale is great in its own different way, but, like...
That's probably the only, like, RPG I've played.
Yeah.
I'm like Scott the Wasp.
Yeah, but, like, I think that, like, the Yokai Watch brand never sells in the US because Nintendo doesn't put them in the US until, like, multiple years after their release.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure the first game came out of Japan when they launched it. The second game, I think, came out kind of later, but not really. But then the third game, it was released, I think, a little bit before the Switch came out. So, like, I want to say, like, 2016-ish. I think it was a 2016 game. It didn't release in the US until 2019.
Nice.
And...
so at that point, nobody cares.
Exactly. And so, at that point, no one cares about it because everyone has a Switch. And, like, the reason that, like, you can get a physical copy of both the first and second game. Like, you can get a physical copy of both for, like, $5, like, combined on eBay. Like, getting a physical copy of the third game is, like, $300 because it didn't come out of, Because it didn't come out of Japan until so late in its life that it stopped getting printed so fast. So like there's
But hold on, Nace, but really quickly on your camera, can you clap? I don't know if it's my headphones or not, but there's like 1 second, maybe 2 of delay.
I don't know what's getting.
No, that was better. Okay, there. Yeah, okay, that's better.
It's funny because this isn't even being shown in the podcast or anything like that.
Yeah, I know. But just imagine this. Clap. Like that.
Yeah, but like I see what you mean. Yeah, but like this game isn't selling well in the U.S. partially because they never advertise it. Like the show is, the show is bad, and that's the only part of Yokai Watch that they marketed in the U.S. Which is kind of sad.
Still seems like a Pokemon ripoff.
It is. It most definitely is. Except it's a better Pokemon ripoff. It's a better than Pokemon ripoff. I will stand by that. You can fight me on this. I will freaking.
The Pokemon better.
I think Yokai Watch is better. That's like I said. I know someone's gonna like cancel me for that. Like, he has an opinion.
Oh no, not an opinion. The internet hates opinions.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Yokai Watch is better than Pokemon, just because I think that the combat system, like, well, for starters, Pokemon's progression is just kind of linear. Like, it's beat all the gyms, stop some gang,
Yeah.
beat the Elite Four, finish the Pokedex if you're bored. Well, like, Yokai actually has side quests. You actually, like, it's actually, like, there's actually some exploration. Like, you can't... It's not just, like, travel from one place to and next very quickly. It's, like, you actually kind of gotta explore around places. Like, I feel like, I'm a person that, like, grew up on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Like, that was, like, my childhood video game, along with the Sonic Classic Collection and Sonic Colors DS, but, like, I couldn't tell you anything about the story. Like, granted, I haven't played it, like, actually played through the story since I was, like, 3. Well, not 3, but, like, since I was, like, 7 or 8. And I did skip through a lot of the dialogue, but, like, still, like, it's a lot harder to understand the story, where in Yokai, like, the story is made pretty clear. Like, I could give you the gist of, like, all of them. Like, first game is kid discovers watch that lets him see dead things. That's the story. What a yokai is like, it's like a spirit of a dead thing.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, is that watch like just drugged, like is it laced with something?
No, but like,
tell all this to my list of my favorite Pokemon of each type, and my top 10 favorite Pokemon, and my top 20. I have lists of all those.
Yes, I know.
I think
I get that you're like the biggest Pokemon nerd on the planet, but even though you haven't played like any of the games.
Yeah, I know more about most people that have actually played the games somehow.
Yeah, and you've only played like what, Sword and Shield and Brilliant Diamond. Have you played Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl?
Yeah, I did. Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
I'm on the I'm literally on the champion, and she keeps beating me every time, and I'm stuck on it. So I got so annoyed that I just decided to play Fallout New Vegas instead. I rage quit.
Fair enough.
I rage quit.
But like, anyway, like, but like, I don't know. I think that the story in Yokai Watch is just better, and I think that the progression isn't nearly as linear.
Yeah.
And also, we haven't gotten about the third game specifically, because the third game completely revamps the combat system, and it's so much better than than in the fourth game, because I've seen gameplay of it. They took a huge dump on it and turned it to things fight for you while you run around and shoot happy beams at it.
Happy beams.
I'm gonna call them happy beams because it's like you have. Because, like, your yokai fight, well, you just kind of shoot beams at them with the watch. And, like, it, like, heal them or something like that. I'm like, the combat system is so good in the first 3. Why did you change it? Because, I mean, like, the first 2 had, like, the wheel thing. The second one kind of added an extra mode. Where, like, you could use the special meters of the two adjacent yokai that you're fighting with to, like, power up one. Which is pretty good. Like, so it was kind of interesting. But in the second one, they completely scrapped the wheel. They made, like, a tactic board. So, like, you have to, like, move. So you have 3 yokai on, like, on a 3x3 grid. And you have to, like, move them around to, like, dodge stuff. Or collect stuff. It's pretty cool. But, like, I don't know. I think this game's underrated. And I'm like,
Mm.
so you know, if
Pokemon.
it's not like
Underrated games.
Pokemon ripoff.
Sure, it's a Pokemon ripoff, but it does enough original. I think it's fair to say that it's not 100% a ripoff. Let's just say it's heavily inspired.
Yeah. And speaking of underrated games, what are some other underrated games?
Maybe we should change the title, like our in the works title from from good and bad games to the good, the bad, and the underrated.
That would be a brilliant title.
Yes, we're doing that then. I'm uploading the video. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Underrated.
The good, the bad, and the underrated. That is a title and a half.
Nice.
I mean, you already know what my underrated game is.
Halo 3 to ST.
Yeah. I'm quite literally playing it right now.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. Splatoon.
Mm.
So it's funny because Splatoon is like one of the best-selling games on the Switch. I'm pretty sure it's in like 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
But on the internet, I'm pretty sure the biggest Splatoober like has like I think 300,000, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
It's good, but
Like for the biggest YouTuber of it, eh. And plus, he hasn't even really made that much Splatoon content recently. He mostly does like mods and stuff like that now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's so
Fallout New Vegas is underrated.
okay. But like, let me continue my rant about Splatoon, please. I've done this before. I'll do it again. But like, what I'm saying, like, I think Splatoon isn't like as much underrated as it is unrecognized.
yeah.
Like, because like, let's be real here. Everyone has like heard of Splatoon,
Yeah.
but like, oh no, like there's like no or at least not everyone has heard of Splatoon. But like, typically only
A lot.
Splatoon. It's like on the internet, but it's not very much on the internet. You know what I mean? You get by that?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not. It's not.
I
underrated,
do
it's-
not see much Splatoon content.
Exactly. It's funny because I think a lot of people, like Splatoon content creators, see like Splatoon 3 is going to be like the Splatoon renaissance,
Mm.
where Splatoon is finally going to hit mainstream like internet media. Because like it started on the Wii U, so of course it's going to be a rocky start.
Yeah.
Like it's the Wii U. Like was it going to sell? Probably not. I mean, I think it sold like 2 million copies, which is pretty
Except
good.
it's got the was.
Yeah.
The 7 Wii
I
U's.
don't see. I like the Wii U. I don't know why people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wii U.
It's not that it's
The
a
Wii U
bad
is good,
console.
but
It's
I
just that.
think,
What? No, but
as Scott the Woz has said, it's big. I think one of its biggest problems is the fact that it's called the Wii U. That just sounds like DLC.
Yeah, like I think it's not a bad console.
And it
was
also
just-
uses the same controllers as the
It
Wii.
has. It has.
It even has a mode that is just the Wii.
Yeah.
It has Wind Waker on it, my guy. It has.
So does the
Wind Waker on
GameCube.
it, and it's like
Yeah, it has some good games.
it
Has
has Wii
Splatoon.
Fit.
Yeah, it has the
It has
first
Wii
Splatoon.
Fit. Wait, guys, it has Wii U Fit. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah,
We fit you. Yeah.
And it pretty technically has every Wii U game. I mean Wii game.
Yeah.
I quite literally just said every the Wii U has every Wii U game on it. Would have
Yeah,
thought.
I don't. Yeah,
Who'd have thought?
I feel like the reason it failed because his name was the Wii U.
I don't think it's because the name was Wii U. I think Nintendo just kind of like gave up on it too quick or something like that. I don't know.
And the marketing sucks.
Yeah, the marketing for it sucked.
Like half the commercials were just like annoying kids. I'm not gonna want to buy that.
Yeah.
And plus, like I was like as a small child, I was very like arrogant, and I was well, not arrogant. I was like, I like my 3DS is essentially what I was, and anything else is wrong. 3DS is the best because I grew up with the 3DS. Like
Yeah, same.
it was my first like actually no, I think the Wii was first. But, like,
Actually, I grew up with the 3DS XL. Idiot.
For those listening to this, because I don't think we're doing video on this one, I'm just like I just like pushed up my glasses while Bogut did that. While
Nice.
Bogut said that, because it was like
I can do that.
Well, yeah, because you wear glasses normally. I just wear computer glasses.
Yeah. You got the 10 IQ classes. I always need 10 extra IQ
Fallout New
to
Vegas.
keep it above 0. If I take them off, negative 10.
In Fallout New Vegas, I have a perk that makes it so that I get +1 perception whenever I'm wearing glasses.
I just ran somebody over in ODST.
Okay. Yeah, like I think I think part of the reason Splatoon's not insanely popular is because like sorry about that. Is because it was Wii U.
Wii U.
Yeah. A lot of games on the Wii U didn't sell well. I mean, not a lot, but you know.
Like Splatoon 2 is the first video game to break 2 million copies out of Japan. I think that's what I read it somewhere. Don't take my word with a grain of salt, but like I think I read that.
Dude, I don't feel like having camera up anymore. So,
Okay, that's fine.
I don't feel like eating salt right now.
Just
So.
left the call.
That's not what I meant to do. That is not what I meant to do. I accidentally exited. I had to turn the camera off, but I accidentally exited.
Nice.
Yeah. But like I think that I don't know why Splatoon hasn't gone like super popular on the internet. Like, but it's funny because I've seen like YouTubers do like good game, like do like talk about like games and like stuff like general Nintendo YouTubers. I'm saying they've talked about like they'll talk about like games and stuff. And I think one of them was like analyzing the Nintendo Direct where Splatoon 3 was announced. They didn't even bring it up, even though it was like the headline.
Yeah.
I'm like, what else are you gonna talk about? Monster Hunter Rise? It already exists.
Remember that one Nintendo Direct where we were just kind of dogging on it for like it being like everything but just anime version?
Oh yeah, that was that
like,
direct. That was that
one
direct.
One of them was V-Tank's anime version.
Oh yeah, that was that direct. That was that direct.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different direct.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Breath of the Wild 2.
Ow, I just blew myself up.
I'm a Splatoon nut, so I'm easily more excited for Splatoon 3. But yeah.
See, I'm just.
I mean, that's the only thing I'm a
Breath of
There's
the
that
Wild
Star Wars
fan,
game that
so-
looks pretty cool, I guess.
Star Wars Hunters or whatever.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Breath of the Wild nut, so.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, what do you think is an underrated game that isn't Halo 3 ODST?
Yeah.
Halo
ODST.
Halo the Third ODST. I got ran over. It's not the title of the game.
Halo 3. Halo the Third
Halo
ODST.
3, I got ran over.
Grandma got ran over by your reindeer.
Dude, it's January.
In January.
It's a bit late.
No, it's not.
Just random thing. Have you heard the lyrics to that song? Because it is depressing.
Yeah, it is so depressing. It's like Uncle and me like drink and stuff. It was like something about Uncle getting drunk, and then
It's like no, it actually has nothing to do with that. It's like
what's it? What is
it's not
it? Then?
Christmas without Grandma. All the families dressed in black. and now this year we kind of really are left wondering or something like that. Should we open up for gifts or send them back? Because like she freaking died.
Yes. That song is so depressing.
Exactly, it's like one of the most depressing Christmas carols out there, and it's like so upbeat.
Yeah.
Like somebody just died and just singing about it. Like
yeah, it's like yeah.
We are also proud of Grandpa. He's been taking this so well. He's been sitting watching football, drinking beer and playing cards with cousin Nell. Like he doesn't freaking care. Maybe he wanted her dead. I don't know.
Yeah, Grandpa wanted it dead.
Finally.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory.
I've never heard of a conspiracy theory for a Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a conspiracy theory about everything if you look hard enough.
Conspiracy theory. Christmas Carol, it's flat.
Huh?
What?
Like Earth is flat, Christmas carols is flat.
Okay. What?
Big brain.
I'm confused, but okay.
So am I.
You know, I was in Earth Science one day, and my Earth Science teacher, actually, she was like,
This is stupid. Guess what?
what?
Guess what?
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, are we gonna start another school system rant?
No.
Not again.
All right. Okay, so there's this area in Fallout that's
Okay,
like
good.
Lee Gates Camp,
Oh,
right?
okay, phew.
But you can't get to it till the end of the game, and you can't go back to like after you beat the game, you can't continue playing. So once you discover it, it's done. What? Wait, so that was like what? You have to do all the DLC and all that before you beat the game. That means
You were
this-
cutting out,
this
so it's like,
area-
wait, yeah, yeah.
this area is just straight up locked off for like the whole game until you beat it, which means, and then you can't go back. So therefore, it was. I guess the whole point of that is discover every game so that you'll have the.
You're cutting
achievements
out
for-
so bad right now.
I
But
am.
you, oh,
Is your internet's getting a bad case of the potato?
Bad case of the potato. Yeah, the potato is back. The potato is back.
I'm being yelled at to walk.
Why?
The superintendent. He's just like,
Like,
walk. There's like 13 cars on fire around me, and he's just concerned about me running. There's no sprint in Halo. Oh. This one, at least.
I gotta say, they're splitting Infinite.
It was introduced in Reach.
Hmm.
It was in Reach for like as like an optional ability. Not optional, but like is an armored ability that you could swap out, and then Halo 4 is just in the game, and that's how it is now. I mean, Sprint and Halo, if it feels good.
Halo Reach is like a prequel, right?
Yeah, it's before Combat Evolved,
Which is the
which is
first
the
one.
first one. Yeah. I feel like when they were making the game, they're like, shoot, we didn't account for any of this. How are we gonna make sure? How are we gonna put these characters from Reach into the Halo universe? We don't. We kill them all.
I think of another underrated game that I know, aside from like Yokai Watch and Splatoon. I mean,
And Halo 3 ODST.
Halo 3 ODST. Like you just
Da-da-da-da.
start like a Halo 3 ODST cult.
And there's a subreddit that I've joined.
They're a cult.
Heck, cult.
Reddit's a cult.
Right? It's a
Let's be
cult.
real here. Or like it is kinda.
There's something that was like, Reddit and Twitter aren't that far apart. Redditors just acknowledge that they're stupid.
That's good. That is good. Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm,
Let's see.
oh yeah, underrated games.
my God.
I'm trying. Well, I mean, considering we're going on like the 1 hour mark, and see that we don't have like anything else to talk about, what are like just some like final thoughts? What can we take away from this?
Yeah, I mean, what are we at right now?
Oh, like at like 53 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk. We could talk.
We can.
about,
What can we take away?
we could-
I like
we
Halo
could
3
talk
ODST.
about-
That's pretty
we could talk
obvious.
about why Shaggy is the best Scooby Doo character.
That's like that is for context. That's from our two. That was like what
Yeah,
we
and
ended
didn't you
on.
go from a Halo to you went from Halo to ranting about the school system to Shaggy.
To like we
Yeah.
went we like everything else in
I mean,
between.
As I said yesterday, during the Unholy Trio stream, that's like gonna be like, do you know like the 7-hour war from Half-Life?
No.
Mhm. No.
Okay, well, like pretty much the Combine. Do you know what the Combine are?
Nope.
No.
Okay, well they're kind of like. Actually, I don't know. I don't know too much about Half-Life, but they're like a different species, and they came from space and to take over Earth. and the war, like they tried to like fend them off. The war only lasted 7 hours.
Because
Bruh.
they won, because the Combine won or the Combine lost.
The Combine won. They're powerful. And the Combine pretty much screwed up Earth. Like in Half-Life Alyx, which is a VR Half-Life, which is the only Half-Life I've played. There's a part where the person that's like kind of over the radio is like, "Have you ever heard of a club sandwich?" No.
Your mom's a club sandwich.
But yeah, pretty much yeah. The war only lasts 7 hours. That the 7 hour war and like that's the 2 hour talk between Nazeboy and Ramoras. That's kind of the feel I'm getting. The 2 hour talk, like the 7 hour war.
Except that was like the 2 hour talk was like a surprisingly long thing because like we were getting off Halo, and like we were starting to shut things down, and we were just kind of like, you know what? And I think I was complaining about how I didn't want to go to like do homework the next day, and like that sparked like a just
Yeah.
Oh.
And the rookie in Halo 3 ODST, his only voice lines are just "Urgh," when you get shot.
It's like
Just,
Link.
"Urgh." Yeah, it's like
Dude, the sounds Link makes in Breath of the Wild could be used for many things.
Yeah.
Someone
The
made an entire
Arbiter-
soundboard.
the Arbiter from Halo gets a voice, a voice,
What's the Arbiter?
and what was the other one? It's like an elite, but
But
it's
not-
like in Halo 3 that they buddies, Chief and the Arbiter.
Okay.
they better. Wait, the enemy's in Infinite now.
The Arbiter isn't even in Infinite.
Who's that end lady?
What?
The lady you fight in the end.
The end? That's the Harbinger.
Oh, yep, I mixed them up. Sorry.
The Arbiter, the last game the Arbiter was in, it was a Halo 3. Like the actual Halo 3, not ODST.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he was introduced into. Yeah, pretty much, he was like. It's been a while since I've played Halo 2 and 3, but like he was being like a heretic because he. Oh, money.
Your
He's
mom.
being a heretic,
What's that mean?
like treason or like betrayal, like. Yeah, And-
okay.
because he was sent out to do something. I forgot. I think I forgot if it was something with Chief or not. Well, once again, it's been a while. But and he failed, and the people are like, "All right, treason." It's like that
Alright.
scene from Star Wars. It's treason then,
Okay.
and yeah, and he was sent to be an arbiter, and then Chief and the Arbiter got like they met through something called the Grave Mine, which was like something like under the water, and it's like this big kind of worm looking thing. And
You're a worm.
now yeah, they good. I mean, and Chief in the start of Halo 3 almost shot him, but
I shoot people all the time.
On that note, maybe it's a good time to end the podcast.
yeah. Oh, my game crashed.
Oh,
I can still hear it, but like in my taskbar, I just found another audio log. Like it's playing, but I can't open the game.
Wow. I'm messing with Legos, by the way, because I'm like.
I just heard, get that table out of the road.
how many
All right.
tables-
Anyway,
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of this episode of the podcast. I think we're planning on doing this.
that's the first one. We didn't get too off topic. We did stick to video games.
Yeah, we're planning on doing this every other week, right? Because Ramora's doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Every other week. So
Yeah, so we're doing it every other
Yeah.
week, correct?
yeah, and they'll be released Mondays, as you can probably tell with this
Well, Sunday nights.
video.
Or
Yeah, we record them Sunday, but then release them Monday.
I mean, I'm probably gonna like maybe I'm probably just gonna release it tonight, but
I mean, it would be better to release it on Monday.
why not? Why?
I feel.
Why?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think.
If any sane person actually wants to like kind of listen to this, it's a good thing to start the week off, I guess.
Nope, definitely not.
Why would you willingly listen to this?
I told you, if like
Anyways,
somebody, but I
like,
mean, yeah, we can do it.
whatever.
like,
I don't think we're gonna
Either
what
like
I think
around
is that-
10 Sunday or like sometime Monday. I mean, you can schedule videos to release.
I honestly, I don't even think we should do it like by schedule. I think we can just kind of like do it. Just like our streams, we just do
Yeah, I mean, I
whatever.
feel like schedule is better.
Fair enough.
People can look forward to losing brain cells.
Speaking of which, what's your schedule on that freaking video?
Hey, I'm probably gonna work on it after this. I could probably work on it while we're like in future things. I can probably work on it while we're doing the podcast.
Cool, noted. But like, yeah, I think that's going to be the podcast. We'll upload every other week, hopefully, if we remember. Probably
Yeah.
not because we are stupid like that.
Yeah.
We didn't get too off topic, which is pretty cool. Subscribe and join Mine and Bogus Discord server.
Yeah.
And we're gonna upload this
Yeah.
on Spotify on my account, I think, because there's already a Spotify account called the Unholy Trio on there.
Yeah, we'll put it in if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put it in the description if Nazeboy figures it out. That's on him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go up on Spotify.
I don't know what
tomorrow.
he's doing this stuff. And if you're listening to it on Spotify, there's no link because you're here, idiot.
Whoa.
I
I'm
don't.
just started roasting everybody.
Are you insulting our fan base?
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna end the recording now. Goodbye.